In this video we are going to share our experiences of visiting wonderful Copenhagen and the many reasons why we think it's definitely worth visiting. Any season is a good season to explore Copenhagen, whether that's on foot, on bike or sailing your own boat through the canals. Copenhagen is blessed with 4 very distinct seasons, each with their own special flavour. Whether you're looking for a vibrant summer vibe, a colourful autumn, cosy winter or beautiful spring, Copenhagen is incredible no matter the time of year. Although the city is a capital city with over 1 million people, it feels friendly and cosy. The culture is very relaxed, welcoming and stress-free. Although it's a capital city, Copenhagen is easy to get around and you can explore many different parts of the city easily either by public transport, on bikes or on foot. Copenhagen is well known for its love of cycling, and one of the most staggering bike facts is the sheer amount of people that cycle regularly, around half the population. The Danish capital is often described as one of the most livable cities in the world and is also one of the most visited. Its cobbled streets, 1,000 years of royal history and modern Nordic food movement make it a hugely popular destination. Copenhagen has become known as a foodie heaven in recent years, but something that may surprise you and surprised us as well is the fact there are a lot of Michelin star restaurants in the capital. Copenhagen, as it's now known, was originally a Viking fishing village called Havn. And it wasn't until the late 12th century that the city's name changed to Copenhagen, when major fortifications were built around the emerging city and trade continued. Back in 1416, Copenhagen wasn't just named the capital of Denmark, but was also the capital of Norway and Sweden Union, which lasted for 150 years. Nyhavn, the colourful, captivating harbour, is one of Copenhagen's most iconic sights and one of locals' favourite places to sink a cold beer on a hot day. Nyhavn buildings aren't the only colourful thing about the area, its history is colourful too. Originally it was a commercial port where ships from all over the world would dock, and it was packed with sailors visiting its pubs, alehouses and of course ladies of pleasure. Today, the beautiful old houses have been renovated and restaurants dominate the old port. As you walk beside the canal, you're greeted by the sounds of jazz and the sights of pavement cafes and people enjoying the relaxed atmosphere and great food. And it's also where the famous Danish fairy tale writer Hans Christian Andersen used to live at number 20. Højbropladsen connects the pedestrian shopping street with the birthplace of Copenhagen and the home of Christiansborg Palace. The square features a statue of a colourful figure in Danish history, warrior Bishop Absalon, on his horse who founded Copenhagen in 1167. This bronze equestrian statue commemorates the fighting side of his character near the place where he erected a small fortress which then became the city of Copenhagen. Højbropladsen is used for various events such as the Christmas market and the Copenhagen Jazz Festival. Its namesake, the High Bridge, offers lovely views over the canal and shoreline, Christiansborg and its chapel. Arguably one of Copenhagen's most iconic tourist attractions is the sculpture of the Little Mermaid that was inspired by Hans Christian Andersen's famous fairy tale when the mermaid gave up everything to be united with a young, handsome prince on land. Every morning and evening, she swims to the surface from the bottom of the sea and, perched on her rock in the water, she stares longingly towards the shore, hoping to catch a glimpse of her beloved prince. Denmark is one of the only countries that still has a monarchy. The current Danish royal family, led by Queen Margrethe II, still spends part of the time at Copenhagen's Amalienborg Palace. The palace complex has 4 identical classical facades, including 4 separate palaces, with Rococo-style interiors laid around an octagonal courtyard. Amalienborg Palace is also famous for its royal guards, known as the Royal Life Guard. Every day you can watch the changing of the guards as they march from their barracks by Rosenborg Castle through the streets of Copenhagen to Amalienborg. The marble church with the characteristic copper green dome has to be one of the most impressive churches in the city, and is definitely home to one of the best views in town. While the official name of the church is actually Frederiks Church, it's commonly called the Marble Church, but it's interesting that it's not actually made of marble, although that was the original plan. In a project presided over by King Frederick V, the foundation stone was laid in 1749 as part of a grand plan of making a new city district called Frederikshavn. Located today on one of the city centre's busy shopping streets, it's easy to escape the crowds and walk up the wide spiral path to the top of the round tower. In fact, it's like stepping back in time as you walk up the wide spiral path that, if you believe the stories, a Russian Tsar once rode up on a horse. King Christian IV built the tower in the early 17th century at a time when Denmark was famous for its astronomical achievements. Today, the observatory is still used by amateur astronomers and many visitors, and is the oldest functioning observatory in Europe. The observatory is encircled by an outdoor platform offering magnificent views over the old part of Copenhagen. The present church was built close to the heart of Copenhagen in 1885 and was consecrated in 1887, just a stone's throw away from the Royal Palace and the Little Mermaid. However, before this, there has been an Anglican presence in Denmark for many years, and was the first foreign dominations to be granted royal approval to hold services which previously had been restricted to the Danish church. It was seafaring, commercial and military ties that initially brought a large number of Britons to Denmark. In the years that followed, an increase in commerce between Denmark and Britain led to a greater demand for religious services in English. We really hope you like our videos. And please like and subscribe if you do.